In Mark chapter 9, verse 14, we encounter a moving scene that captures the essence of seeking help and finding solutions during difficult times. In this story, a worried father steps forward, deeply troubled by his son's struggles with a mute spirit. He vividly describes the harrowing moments when the spirit takes hold of his son, causing uncontrollable convulsions, foaming at the mouth, and grinding of teeth in agony. The father's voice trembles with despair as he recounts his attempts to seek help from the disciples, hoping for a miraculous cure to alleviate his son's suffering. Despite the disciples' sincere efforts, they were unable to provide relief. This serves as a poignant reminder that even dedicated and well-intentioned individuals can face seemingly insurmountable challenges. It encourages us to reflect on our own journeys, where we may have experienced moments of doubt or uncertainty despite our strong beliefs. However, in the midst of these struggles and uncertainties, a ray of hope shines. The arrival of a wise figure, capable of offering guidance and clarity, symbolizes the transformative power of seeking help and finding the right mentorship. It emphasizes the importance of not giving up when faced with adversity, but rather seeking assistance, asking questions, and remaining open to new possibilities. This passage from Mark chapter 9 encourages us to contemplate our own challenges and the potential solutions that await us when we approach them with humility, courage, and a willingness to seek support from those who can offer valuable insights. It showcases the resilience of the human spirit and our ability to overcome obstacles, drawing strength from the collective wisdom and compassion that surrounds us. The dispute and confusion arose at a crucial moment when the disciples faced a challenging situation. They were unable to remove an evil spirit. This incident occurred in the sacred halls of a church, where devoted believers gather for comfort and divine help. The tension and uncertainty were noticeable as the disciples encountered someone deeply troubled, showing signs that were hard to explain. Now let's imagine ourselves in the disciples' position as they dealt with this tough spiritual challenge. Despite their strong faith and training, they reached a point where they couldn't overcome the malevolent force. Every effort to free the troubled person from this burden only increased the urgency and desperation they felt, as spiritual leaders and authorities were called upon one by one to assist in the exorcism. The initial hope and determination gradually turned into a collective feeling of inadequacy and confusion. The troubled person remained distressed, while the community struggled with the unsettling reality of an unresolved spiritual issue.
As we watch the situation unfold, we find ourselves in the middle of a passionate debate, where the voices of those in danger are overshadowed by conflicting opinions. Imagine being there, witnessing the intense discussions while feeling the silent cry for help from someone in dire need, remaining on the sidelines, invisible and helpless. Envision the pain of a father, standing with his son, hoping for someone to lend a helping hand in their time of need. In that crucial moment, as frustration and disappointment peak, the father steps forward with determination and urgency. Speaking directly to the teacher, he reveals the painful truth. "Teacher," he pleads, "let me share what's happening here. I brought my son seeking relief from his suffering, believing that your followers could bring him comfort. Yet no one intervened. Neither the followers nor the scholars paid attention. My son remains here, burdened by his affliction." It is at this point that Jesus' response carries profound significance. His righteous anger is evident as he expresses sorrow, saying, "O faithless generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I bear with you? Bring him to me." This moment reminds us of our collective duty to acknowledge and address suffering with empathy and action. It calls on us to be vigilant, understanding, and proactive in offering assistance to those in need, so we don't succumb to indifference. Imagine being there when Jesus ended the pointless argument, his face showing a mix of anger and deep concern. He looked at the arguing crowd and said, "You lack faith. Look at this unnecessary confusion. Look at this troublesome situation. How long must I endure this?" His words were not just criticism, but a plea for focus and urgency in dealing with what truly matters. As Jesus turns to the suffering boy,
It wasn't about blaming or showing superiority. It was about giving much-needed help. Urgently, Jesus said, "Bring the boy here, let's help him. Let's do what's important for God's sake." As the boy was brought forward, the seriousness of his condition became clear. The spirit inside him caused violent convulsions, and he fell to the ground, foaming at the mouth. Filled with compassion, Jesus asked the father, "How long has this been happening?" The father's heartbreaking answer revealed years of suffering, with the spirit even trying to harm the boy by throwing him into fire and water. In that desperate moment, the father begged, "If you can do anything, have mercy on us and help us." Jesus' response carried timeless wisdom and unwavering faith. Anything is possible for the one who believes. This story is a lesson for us all. It reminds us to focus on compassion over arguments, to prioritize what truly matters, and to face challenges with faith and determination. It encourages us to believe in miracles when we lend a helping hand and maintain faith in difficult times. We're witnessing a deeply moving moment of human vulnerability and faith. A father, overwhelmed with emotions, tears streaming down his face. In that honest moment, he cries out, "Lord, I believe, help my unbelief." This scene captures the core of someone who is not just physically tired, but also spiritually drained. Let's delve into why this father feels so emotionally exhausted. His journey, tirelessly exploring every possible solution, seeking advice, yet his son's illness persists. Despite his strong beliefs, doubts begin to creep in, and he faces conflicting feelings of faith and uncertainty. This inner struggle is something many of us can relate to, giving our best efforts but facing challenges that seem overwhelming. This father's cry is not just a plea for his son's well-being, it is a plea for strength, for your shaky faith to be strengthened. It reflects the human experience of dealing with our limitations and seeking guidance and support from a higher power. Each of us encounters challenges as a natural part of life. Sometimes, these challenges persist longer than we expect. When a loved one becomes ill, initially there's an outpouring of support, visits, offers of help, and words of solidarity. However, as time passes, the initial enthusiasm fades, and so does the support. Many of us have seen or experienced this situation and understand the feelings of loneliness and uncertainty it can bring.
these moments can test our strength and sense of community. Yet, they also offer a chance for personal growth and deeper connections. We should remember the enduring power of compassion and solidarity during such times. Let's discuss how we can sustain our support and empathy, making a lasting impact on the lives of those we care about. Together, we can build a culture of constant support and genuine concern, not only improving our own lives, but also the lives of those we love. Imagine a situation where there are 3 siblings, but only one of them takes on the responsibility of looking after their aging parents. This is a common scenario when the other siblings are busy with their own lives, focused on work or personal interests. It's typical to hear reasons like, "I have a job so I can't pitch in," or "I have other commitments to handle." However, over time, this responsibility becomes more burdensome. It's hard to take care of a sick family member or deal with a challenging spouse. Initially, you might justify their actions, thinking it's just a bad day or their personality. But after enduring years of rudeness, insensitivity, and hurtful remarks, you eventually reach a point of exhaustion. This goes beyond physical tiredness. It's also emotional exhaustion, feeling drained from years of giving care and empathy that isn't reciprocated. It's not just about complaining, it's about acknowledging a common experience we all face. Imagine a time when you're going through a difficult situation. You've been praying, showing gratitude, but then there comes a moment when it seems like nothing is going right. Despite everyone's efforts, the problem couldn't be solved.
That's when the father, feeling exhausted and desperate, turns to Jesus and says, "If you can do anything, please help us." Jesus' reply is meaningful and relevant to our internal struggles. He says, "Anything is possible for someone who believes." This reminds us that having faith, even when we're unsure and tired, can make a significant difference. Consider those times when you, like the father, may have questioned your abilities or the chances of finding a solution. It's okay to admit that you're going through difficult times, but it's crucial to maintain that spark of belief. The Father's heartfelt plea, "I believe, Lord, help my unbelief," captures the spirit of persistence amid uncertainty. Life frequently gives us challenges that test our beliefs. These moments of uncertainty aren't indications of weakness, but chances for development. They urge us to reconsider what we value and enhance our self-awareness. Belief is not static, but a journey of inquiry, exploration, and occasionally wrestling with uncertainty. If you are experiencing this period, recognize that it is part of your spiritual journey. Embrace it, immerse yourself in it, and allow it to lead you to a more resilient and genuine faith. So you have someone you care about who is dealing with an illness, and in your heart you hold out hope that they will get better. You say the words, "I believe," but do you truly believe in them? It's common to have doubts after going through many hardships and setbacks. However, think about this. Even amid all the uncertainty, there's still a small spark of faith inside you. You've seen miracles happen and witnessed things that seemed impossible become possible. Try to nurture that belief, because by doing so, you open yourself to the transformative power of divine intervention. You might hope for a positive outcome, but still have doubts deep down. Remember that things often align in our favor when we hold on to our beliefs firmly. Embrace the idea that every challenge is a chance to grow and succeed. Release your doubts and embrace unwavering faith in the promise of a better future. At a crucial moment, the father found himself in a profound dilemma, divided between his convictions and uncertainties. When Jesus spoke of the great power of faith, the father's heart was stirred by conflicting feelings. "Yes, Lord, I believe," he admitted, yet his affirmation was clouded by doubt. "But help me overcome my disbelief." His words express a sentiment many of us can relate to. We declare our faith, but we struggle with uncertainty. Our goal is to have confidence, but we are often faced with doubts. We persevere, sometimes feeling tired, but still holding on to a glimmer of hope.
This inner conflict between belief and doubt is a common experience, yet within it lies an opportunity for personal growth. By acknowledging our uncertainties, we pave the way for a more profound and genuine faith. In the midst of the turmoil within us, there is a community of compassionate souls prepared to journey alongside us as we seek belief and transformation. On a particular day, you feel a strong feeling of belief running through your body, ignited by a single word that touches your faith. Wrapped in the comforting embrace of your beliefs, you step out of the church, feeling empowered to overcome any challenge. "I'll keep going, knowing that God is with me," you declare with determination, refusing to be discouraged by the looming challenges. However, as the day progresses, the initial enthusiasm gradually fades. By midday, doubts start to seep in, casting doubt on your once unwavering faith. Uncertainty clouds your mind in the afternoon, leaving you to ponder life's mysteries with perplexity. At night, the burden of despair seems overwhelming, but you stand firm, rejecting negativity and seeking divine guidance to ward off despair. As night falls, you feel a sense of vulnerability creeping in, accompanied by a humble appeal to the Almighty, recognizing the shared struggles of many. This is the rhythm of faith, moments of strong conviction intertwined with fleeting uncertainty, but anchored by an unshakable trust in the divine. You're holding on to hope, but the burden of disappointment has lowered your expectations. This person is dear to you, a constant concern in your family, the focus of numerous prayers. Each sincere request is written down, each name imbued with hopeful longing. Their picture has been anointed many times, yet their struggles persist, their addiction holding strong.
You still believe that change is possible, but there is still a doubt. I trust a higher power, but doubt seems to have crept in, you confess. Your certainty fluctuates between belief and doubt, caught between faith and the challenges of reality. The exchange between this father and Jesus carries great significance. It's a powerful moment from the Bible because the father, depicted as strong and capable, comes to Jesus with tears in his eyes, dropping the facade of invulnerability often associated with paternal figures. Despite being seen as a commendable father, he humbles himself before Jesus, leaving aside any demonstration of strength. His bravery, evident when facing challenges from previous scribes and disciples, falters in this vulnerable moment. With heartfelt honesty, he admits his wavering faith, expressing a strong desire to believe despite doubts. With anguish in his voice, he asks Jesus to help his sick son, revealing the depth of his despair and longing for divine help. At times, we find ourselves in need of a specific kind of prayer, one that requires us to deeply humble ourselves. Perhaps the reason we haven't felt a response from God is because we haven't fully embraced this humility before God. This doesn't necessarily involve shedding tears, but rather approaching God with a sincere sense of vulnerability and openness. It's about coming to our place of worship with our guards down, letting go of any pretense of being invulnerable. Sometimes we arrive with an attitude reminiscent of Superman, projecting an image of having no worries, conflicts, or pain. However, this stance overlooks the realities of our human experience, including the existential challenges we may be grappling with. If you come to God with doubts, you may not find the comfort you seek. But if you approach with heartfelt sincerity, like a father pleading for belief to be rekindled, the outcome could be different. Imagine standing before God, tears flowing, begging for faith to return. Lord, help me nurture my faith. I struggle to believe. Promises have been made for a better year, for my family's dedication to your path, yet I see them unfulfilled. My heart is heavy for my imprisoned son, my daughter's battle with addiction, and the burden of shame I carry. Please assist me, for I am in desperate need of belief. Sometimes when we're doubtful, we start questioning deeper stuff, like our spiritual side. It's a journey that has its ups and downs. We might feel super sure about a higher power one moment, and then the next, we're not so sure. Along the way, we have moments of doubt, moments where we're really sure about what we believe, and moments where we're just not sure what to think. But it's important to know that through all this back and forth, there's no punishment from a higher power. Think about when Jesus didn't get mad at the guy who doubted him. Instead, he understood the guy's struggle.
When we're struggling with big questions about life, our thoughts can get pretty mixed up. We might say things that don't really match up with what we truly believe. But it's important to show kindness to ourselves and others during these tough times, knowing that it's normal for our minds to feel all over the place when we're uncertain. Many of us might wonder, is God really with me? Have I been forgiven by a higher power? It's normal to struggle with knowing for sure, often leading to asking for forgiveness over and over again for the same mistakes. Even though we seek forgiveness sincerely, doubts stick around, making us keep asking for pardon repeatedly. This never-ending cycle isn't because we don't believe, but because we're tired and desperate, feeling like we're at our wits' end and needing help. In these difficult times, it is important to recognize the gentle tug of the Holy Spirit, offering comfort and guidance. If you connect with these feelings, it could be seen as a message from above, encouraging more thinking and a spiritual fresh start. Now, let's appreciate the chance to pray. Let's welcome the comfort it brings, the understanding it provides, and the bond it creates with the divine. May we be thankful for the simple act of praying, realizing that by doing so, we invite peace and insight into our lives. Let's pause for a moment now, with humble gratitude, to offer our sincerest prayers, having faith in the grace that envelops us and the love that leads us. Dear eternal and loving God, in our moments of struggle and uncertainty, we turn to you, the one who holds the universe in your hands and understands the deepest parts of our hearts. We approach you openly, seeking comfort and direction, much like the disciples sought guidance from Jesus when they faced difficulties.
In the midst of chaos, you are our source of hope, shining brightly in the darkness. Help us to humbly acknowledge our need for assistance and to bravely reach out to those who can offer guidance and support. Enable us to embrace the transformative power of seeking help and staying open to new possibilities. We remember those who carry burdens, whether obvious or hidden. May they find solace in your caring embrace and strength in the kindness of others. Fill us with compassion so that we may recognize the pain of our fellow believers and respond with unwavering love and generosity. As we navigate life's uncertainties, may we prioritize compassion over conflict, understanding over judgment, and faith over doubt. Guide us to focus on what truly matters and to confront challenges with resilience and unwavering trust in your divine care. Grant us the grace to be agents of your peace, bringing light to darkness and hope to those in despair. May we extend a compassionate hand to those who feel overlooked and forgotten, just as Jesus reached out to the Father and his Son in their time of need. Teach us, O Lord, to hold on to belief in miracles, even when our faith falters, and to rely on your enduring love. Strengthen our determination to persevere through trials and to cling to the promise of a brighter future. In your limitless mercy, hear our prayer and empower us to face life's challenges with courage, faith, and unwavering confidence in your divine wisdom and love. Amen. Thank you deeply for walking alongside us until this moment. Your steadfast presence and commitment mean the world to us, beyond what words can capture. If these words have touched your heart, please share an amen in the comments. Join us on this extraordinary journey by following our channel and becoming part of something truly meaningful. Your time, attention, and support have meant everything to us.